Yes, another episode of Backyard Watch. Another technical difficulty in the Backyard Watch. This is the backyard. This is the Backyard Watch.
Another cough in the
Uh-huh.
backyard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is the Backyard Watch. We're here to talk about movies, TV shows, comics, music, it's like books, maybe? Movies, TV shows. Yeah, I think I said all that. Superheroes. Everything. I'm Eric, and then this is Jeff.
Hello and welcome on this great Monday, January 15th. We are airing this live on Channel 1138 Mixler, as we do every Monday night. And some of you may also be listening to us on our archive on the Channel 1138 YouTube channel. So either way, while we hear Eric crash his whole house,
Yeah,
thank you for
that was a
joining
little-
us.
The game's not even up all the way, and you can still hear it. That's amazing. I can't.
It's pretty loud, dude.
Yeah. Up, and then there goes the dog. Sweet. Sweet.
It feels like you're in an actual backyard. Dogs
Uh-huh.
going nuts, things flying everywhere, laptop going crazy.
Mm-hmm. AKA, I forgot to put the little "Hey, Backyard Watch is live" on the Channel 1138 page. I put it on our page at least. There's that.
Yeah. Bark, bark, bark.
How are you today, Jeff?
I'm doing rather well. This is a holiday, a Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and because of that, my university doesn't have class today. A little weird for a Monday, but I'm eager to go to my jolly 8 a.m. class tomorrow morning at college. So that'll be fun. But other than that, I'm doing well. Having a pretty good weekend. How are you doing, Eric?
Okay, I guess. I don't know. Doing
What do you mean?
fine.
Okay.
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
You sure? You sure,
Yeah,
buddy?
I'm fine.
So, what are we doing today on this great day, Eric?
So we got news, and then we got our main topic. Yep.
Ooh.
So.
I-
All right, let's
Yeah.
get into some newsworthy stuff.
Yo.
Okay. Our first bit of news is this has like almost everything to do with the Disney Fox deal, which I feel like that we talk about. We've talked about this. There goes
every
the dog
episode,
again.
every episode
yeah,
in the
since-
new year in 2018,
Yeah.
we've talked about this.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So the newest bit of news, haha. I think this was released on Saturday. That two Fox Marvel properties got delayed, and then one of them got pushed forward just slightly. New Mutants is now delayed by almost a year. It was set to release on April 13th
Oh.
of this year.
We're not getting that this year.
No,
That stinks.
Nope. Instead, we are getting it next year, it's going to be February 22nd, 2019. And then also, now this one came to a bit of a shock to me because I'm still surprised that this movie is in development. It's the Gambit movie. The Gambit movie has been delayed yet again. It was supposed to be released next Valentine's Day, but now it's being released June 7th of next year.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and then now Deadpool is releasing 2 weeks early, from June 1st to May 18th.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's man. Just talk about Deadpool. Like, this May is going to be such an interesting month for film. You got Avengers: Infinity War and Solo, which have been on the schedule for a while. Such a crazy month just because of that. But now you have the Deadpool 2.
Right.
Like, that's insane, Eric. This month May is insane, dude. What do you think?
Well, May has always been insane, honestly. It is that month usually. It's usually
Like I think
that in July.
Deadpool's releasing 2 weeks after Infinity War,
And a
and
week
1 week
before Solo, right?
Solo.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yep, 1 week.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I was also thinking the same thing. So,
I good minds think alike,
what
Eric.
is coming
But
out on the 11th though of May?
I have no idea.
Uh, theater releases. Yeah, but so that Gambit movie has basically been in development hell for like the past couple
Oh,
of years. I think it was originally supposed to release the same year that Deadpool released, so 2016.
ooh.
I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah, hold up. Gambit movie. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. They also lost their director, I think, this week again.
Oh,
So yeah,
that stinks.
it has basically been in development hell.
Um, so you're talking about this about New Mutants, how it's delayed almost a year, you say.
Yeah.
Why do you think that's occurring? What do you think's going on behind the scenes?
Well, there's a little article in the show notes that also says well. Okay, so
I
yeah, I honestly
I
do
was
think
trying to transit. I was transitioning to that,
I know.
Eric. That was a good transition,
Yeah.
and you just broke the fourth wall.
Uh, yeah, I think I do honestly think that it's probably a mixture between the whole shakeup at Fox and uh, what people are like speculating it might be about, and what people are speculating it might be about is because test screenings were like poor.
Uh huh.
Yeah, and that's usually what like stops everything. Hey, we got a person in here.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so there's another. What?
We got a person.
Hello,
in here.
I have arrived.
The other person is here.
Oh, so this is our special guest. You've heard him many times before on this show. He's a jolly dude with a whole bunch of jolly vibes. He came here all the way from wherever he works.
Minnesota.
It's Mr. Mr. Jake Damon. How are you doing, buddy?
Hello, I'm doing good. I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm here a few minutes earlier than last time, but I'm
Nice.
still late, so I got to keep working on that.
It's okay, buddy.
Yep. I'm ready to talk about the Spider-Man movie and how much I hate Tobey Maguire dancing. And, right? We're talking about the third one.
Yeah, we'll be talking about
Homecoming.
Spider-Man: Homecoming later on in the show,
Oh.
but we're still talking about the news right now, Jake.
Darn it. Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay.
I need to go watch the movie real quick.
So Eric, I do have a new piece of news that was
Oh.
from today, I think.
Well, wait. I wanna get Jake's honest opinion about the
okay.
Gambit movie and New Mutants being delayed. What do you think that's about?
Okay, so the Gambit.
That's been in
Thing-
development hell for like 3 years, I
Years.
think, at this point.
Yeah, I like at this point I'd be surprised if it even gets made. I don't know why these people want to make it so bad.
I
But
don't
like,
know either.
it's like Channing Tatum's in, now Channing Tatum's out, now he's back in again, and okay, we're optioning our fourth director who will probably leave at some point. I don't understand the entire thing, but I think they should just kind of drop it until Gambit becomes like, I don't know, relevant again. Because really, the only time any like non X-Men, like diehard X-Men fans cared about him was when he appeared in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and that movie was terrible. So I don't know. Like, he's a cool character. Like, looks wise, he sounds cool. He's got that like Cajun accent. I don't know what the heck is going on with it. It feels like how like the Flash and stuff is going right now in the DCU. It's like they don't know who's going to direct it. It's on the table. They know they want to get it made, but not who. So I really don't care about Gambit right now. And as far as New Mutants, the concept is interesting to me, but I'm not like, man, I need to see that movie immediately. So I'm okay if it's delayed a little ways or a little bit. I really could care less at this point about New Mutants. The trailer looked cool, but I feel like it's no skin off my nose. I know there's a lot of people that do want it and want to see it soon, but from what I heard, I think it was like it wasn't scary enough or something, and it's supposed to be sort of like a horror movie, right?
Yeah.
But so I guess they just need to tweak it a little bit or something. But yeah, I'm kind of meh across the board on those two movies.
Yeah, so the original release date for Gambit was October 7th of 2016.
Good
Well,
God.
I think it's
we're
been
past that a little
changed
bit.
about 4 times already.
Good
That's,
Lord,
yeah.
man.
But like
That is
wh-
wow. Go
I
ahead,
remember
Jake.
the original reason people were kind of like floored by even the idea of this project is because the whole budget behind it was supposed to be like astronomical. And it's like, why do you need that much money to make a Gambit movie? But it's supposed to be like over $200,000 or something like that.
Before we move on, Jake, do you have any quick thoughts about Deadpool 2 being in May?
Hey, the sooner the better. That's all I gotta say.
It's a crazy month, dude.
I may like it might be like the best month for movies ever.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
So, good stuff. Some news that came out yesterday. This may have been rumored or talked about in the past. We know that that this movie is coming out. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh, I know about this.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would
And
really count
Yesterday on Twitter, the director of the first 2 Guardians movies, Mr. James Gunn, he gave a tweet in response to a fan asking when it's coming out. He says, "Coming in 2020."
wow. Why can't I be the fan that asks the question that gets like direct answer, and then be part of a news article or like 10?
Now,
So that
now, Jeff, I thought that you were talking about Chris Pratt's tweet.
wait, whoa,
Did
what
you
was
not
that
hear
about?
about this?
Chris Pratt.
Hey-
What was that about?
His idea for the next villain of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh no.
It'll just
Knowing
be a
him.
villain with a box of snakes that he just throws.
Ooh, I have another addendum about this. That Marvel Studios has 3 release dates that are staked out for various films. They haven't confirmed which films for which, but these dates are May 1st, 2020, August 7th, 2020, and November 6th, 2020.
I'm thinking August might be Guardians. Figure,
Wow.
what is that?
The 7th.
6 years? No, I'm thinking like, what is that? 6 years after the first one came out, 2014, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think
Or
you're
is it
right, yeah.
2015? What year did
2014.
Guardians- Oh god.
It was the same year as Winter Soldier.
yeah, okay. Because for some reason I really thought that was the summer movie that, like the actual summer movie that came out, like after Age of Ultron, but it was Ant-Man.
You have that. When you look at the upcoming Marvel films, obviously Black Panther, Infinity War, and Ant-Man this year. And then next year you get Captain Marvel, the sequel to Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers 4, and then the sequel to Spider-Man: Homecoming. And now we have Guardians 3 in 2020. Oh man, Marvel. People think, oh, Marvel's dying. No, they're not. They're doing great, man. They're still releasing great films. It's a good time to be alive.
Depends who you ask.
Oh, Eric. Oh boy.
I'll get into that later. Because I feel
See,
like
I have
gotten
another-
into it every day so far.
I have a piece of video game news, but
Ooh.
before we get to my piece, I think you have a piece about a Star Wars video game, Eric.
The Battlefront 2 patch, the much needed patch, mind you, is coming out tomorrow. I forgot to click on the article. And a small, some of the tweaks that they're making is to heroes, Wookiee warriors, troopers, and weapons. And then a whole bunch of bug fixes. Hopefully, Hopefully they stop the rubber banding because that's honestly been the worst.
Can we explain to people who may not play Battlefront 2 what the rubber banding thing is?
Okay, well, it's not directly to Battlefront 2. It could be for anything. When
Eh.
when you're trying to go left, you go somewhat like right, and then a little bit more to the left, and then somewhat more right. It's basically a bunch of server issues. That's the gist of it.
All right. Okay. So, okay. I'm looking on. You wrote here that
Oh, I forgot
that for each console, for each version of the game, it's separated by an hour. Is that correct?
Yep. PC, it's this is all EST, by the way.
This would be tomorrow morning, correct?
Yep.
From or Tuesday the 16th.
Yep. So PC, their patch is going live at 4 a.m. EST. PS4 5 a.m. and then Xbox it's 6 a.m.
Nice.
So yeah. Okay.
So, I have another piece of video game news. I hope you all like Lego games because there was an interesting report that came out today. So there are two potential games that Warner Brothers wants to give a Lego treatment, meaning we're probably going to be TT Games, the traditional developer of Lego video games. Is getting.
I love Lego video games. I just thought I would mention that.
I know you do,
Don't we
Jake.
all?
The first video game that is reported. This is not confirmed. This is just a rumor,
Yeah.
a report.
It's a really big rumor.
It would be very cool. The first one is supposedly titled Lego Incredibles 2. What? It would launch this summer and tie in with the Incredibles 2 film, which I believe is that coming out in June?
Yeah. I have a question right off the bat.
What's up?
Why wouldn't they just title it Lego Incredibles? Because then they could just include both movies in the thing.
I'll get into that if they confirm this.
I mean,
they might just call it Lego Incredibles. You know.
Well, to be fair, the Lego Jurassic World video game is all 4 Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah.
But Jake, I think the logic I would use for it would be because it's releasing so close to the film.
Yeah.
It's advertising for that film. Even just hearing the brand name, you know, it's like, ooh, Incredibles 2. Look, there's a Lego version of that, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It just seems weird to title it the sequel, you know, because it's like if you have Back to the Future Lego, I mean, which exists in the Lego Dimensions, and it's awesome. If you had a game like that, and you just called it Lego Back to the Future 2, but you had both. I don't know. Whatever. It's
be like starting on the 4th episode, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
But there's some other cool things here about this game, in that it's the first Lego Incredibles game, and I believe it's the first Lego video game that is based on a Pixar series.
I think
that is incredible.
It's the first Lego game based on basically an entirely. That's like that's an oxymoron, kind of. I didn't mean to say that. Yeah. It's the first one that's really a Disney. Oh wait, no, it's not. Yeah, no, because they definitely did do Pirates of the Caribbean
and Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
I don't really count that one. That's Lucasfilm.
If this is true, though, it could open up a whole new realm of games as far as doing it based on a Disney property, you know.
Oh yeah.
If you start with you've got tons of. You could do Lego Wall-E. You could just do Lego Pixar and just have a bunch of different episodes that are each a movie or something. I don't know.
Or do a Lego Dimensions type thing, even though that's gone. You could have them all work together somewhat.
Freaking love that game, but you needed to
It's a big commitment.
budget like half of your
Yeah.
life savings in order to afford it.
And there was a second video game, believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
This one
I'm a little bit more excited for some reason.
Warner Brothers wants to make a Lego title. This is rumored, of course, based upon the villains of DC Comics. It's the project. It's rumored to be titled either DC Supervillains or DC Villains. It will feature the likes of Harley Quinn and the Joker, and according to sources, it will launch sometime in the next year.
Interesting.
Now, okay, so I know for a fact that Mark Hamill doesn't play the Joker in like the Lego Batman series, but if they could get Mark Hamill to play the Joker in this, I would buy that in an instant.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah.
I feel like this is probably more likely to happen than the Incredibles one, if they're both just rumors or whatever. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll just be like from their perspective, you know, and like the good guys are the bad guys.
If this is true and this is what TT Games are working on that are in development, it would disappoint me because I want Lego Star Wars The Last Jedi in 2018 because we don't have a Star Wars game for this year as far as we know. And it would disappoint me if we never got The Last Jedi because we got Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens back in 2016, the year after The Force Awakens was released in theaters. Yeah. It would make sense for The Last Jedi to get similar treatment.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if let's say they wait until like next year to release a game. Like,
although I'd be happy if they even released a Lego Solo. That would be cool.
That'd be sick.
It would be sick.
I mean, it really depends on, you know, how the movie is.
Yeah.
But...
Speaking of Solo, where the heck is that trailer, man?
Maybe tomorrow?
Oh God, Eric.
That's what we've been saying for the last 3 months.
Yep.
maybe tomorrow, maybe this week. This will be the week.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have any more thoughts about the future of Lego games? I'm glad TT Games is still going strong.
Yeah, I am too. Even though Dimensions like crashed and burned.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I mean, I feel like all of those games did. Is Spyro...
the Toys to Life genre is like dead now.
But I think the reason is because people were just not buying them anymore. Like a lot less people were because they were just so expensive.
Yeah, like you would have to pay like $20 for like a certain like character or something. I think I don't know. My little brother like played Skylanders. I was about to say Skyrim.
I mean, I play that all the time.
Yeah, who doesn't play Skyrim?
But like the practicality of it just isn't there. I feel like it's a very cool concept, but unless they made them more affordable, you know, it's gonna die eventually. I feel like
I think it's all there, honestly.
Yeah. I like Skylanders happened, then everybody felt like they had to do their competition. You know, like
I mean, hey, Disney Infinity was really cool. Disney Infinity, you got Marvel and Star Wars. Dude.
Yeah, I think Disney Infinity and Dimensions is much better than Skylanders.
Right.
Having played all three of them.
Yeah. I mean, anytime I see a Skylanders toy, it just makes me think of the original 3 Spyros, which are my favorite. I love them.
I remember getting it. I remember getting Spyro on the DS and not knowing what the hell I was doing for the life of me.
The PlayStation ones are where it's at. Like they're so much fun.
I played them as a kid.
Dude, I have a personal announcement about video games. Last Tuesday, I got myself a Nintendo Switch. I made the Switch.
I knew you were about to say that. I was about to say it if you didn't say it.
I got mine 2 weeks ago.
I did not.
What games you got?
I bought Odyssey and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I was gonna say well, you got one down. Let's see if you got the other one. I got. Go ahead, Eric.
Oh,
I was going to say I still need to play Breath of the Wild on my Wii U emulator on my computer.
I will say this. Wait, what games did you get, Jeff?
I got Odyssey and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
You
I
didn't,
want some Mario. I want some Mario Kart, man. I love
Yeah,
Mario Kart.
you didn't
the
get
next
Breath
one-
of the Wild? Are you kidding me?
dude. I just gotta say a few things. First, I love Mario Kart, and that's the next one I'm gonna get. But Mario Odyssey was fun.
It's a
But I
jolly
felt like
game.
yeah, it's fun. It's a very like to me it's a very light game. Like I feel like there could be more to it. I felt like I got through it pretty darn fast, and for what it is, it's fun. It's like a new concept. Like the whole like you have this friend named Cappy, and you can like throw him on other characters and objects and become them and use their abilities.
You
It's
could become a
really
tree.
cool. Yeah. But I found the level designs and some of the character designs a bit lacking, and that's just
Yeah.
my critical take.
After watching gameplay, yeah, it does seem like it seems like a lot of the worlds are relatively like the same
Yeah.
and very
Um,
like basic.
Yeah, just a little basic. I mean, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. I feel like there was a lot more opportunity for things that they could have taken advantage of that they didn't. But overall, it's a very solid Mario game and it's a cool experience. But Breath of the freaking Wild, man.
Is it breathtaking?
It is. It. I like. There was so much hype built around this game, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm sure it's incredible, blah blah blah. And then I played it, and I go in very skeptical, but the more I play it and the more I just like uncover and the quests and just how huge the freaking map is, like I'm just constantly blown away, and it's always a fun experience, and it's just such a dense game. Like you could spend hundreds of hours completing the gameplay time is just insane with it. Yeah, like you get your money's worth, I would say, and more with Breath of the Wild. I've just been incredibly
Do you have
impressed.
the expansion pass, Jake?
I do.
Nice.
I have not typed in the code yet to open it, but I have.
Oh. So, can we get to our last piece of news real quick before we go to our main topic?
We have two dates and two titles for the next two Star Wars Rebels episodes, which I'm not sure which number they are, honestly. Like, I don't know how many more episodes are left after this. But
I don't have Disney XD, so I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was going to talk about like whoever like did these like gave a little description, and I was going to like include the description, but I remembered that you haven't watched it yet.
Like I'm still on season 2. I have the Blu-ray for season 2 and 3, but I'm still on season 2 right now.
All right.
What show is this?
I'm sorry, Jake.
Rebels.
Yeah.
Oh, Rebels. Sorry.
Okay. So these are. Oh wow. They have a third one, but I don't know what day that is. So either way, Star Wars Rebels returns on February 24th, with the episode titled Jedi Knight, as in Night instead of KN. Yeah.
That's a good pun.
Yeah. And then the second episode is Doom, which is March 3rd, and Doom is spelled as in Caleb Doom, as in Kanan's real name. Which, if you read the comics, you should know that.
Good comics.
Good comics. Yep, that's it. That's it. With
Dume, not to be confused with the video game Doom.
Yep.
Good game.
I think is Doom the new version of it, the video game, is that out on Switch, Jake?
I think it is. I think I saw it at Target the other day.
I'm hyped for Wolfenstein 2 that's coming out on Switch like this year. It's gonna be so cool, dude.
I don't think I've even played Wolfenstein.
Like ever?
Ever. I mean, the trailers for it look awesome, but I've never played it actually.
Huh. I know that Charlie Chaplin's in it.
I'm sold.
Anyway, let's get to our main topic, which is the movie that came out in the summer of 2017, the great reboot of I think it's a second reboot of the Spider-Man film franchise. It's Spider-Man: Homecoming, the first Spider-Man film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, starring Tom Holland as the aforementioned Spider-Man. Oh man, what a movie!
Yeah.
Man, have you all seen it?
Nope.
I saw it in theaters 3 times, and I've seen it on digital twice.
Wow, that's some
watched,
devotion.
I
I
thought
hate
that,
it. No.
like Jake, I thought that we were talking about the best Spider-Man, which is Spider-Man 3.
Oh God, Eric.
It's a toss-up between Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2.
Depending on how you think of those movies.
I enjoy the second. Like, it's worse, but I enjoy the second Amazing Spider-Man 10 times more than the first one. I thought the first one was...
Yeah, I think the first one's a little out there. I think the suit looks terrible in the first one. And then the second suit is almost as bad, but not as bad.
No, I love the second suit. I was like, oh man, this is the way that he should look. I don't know. The first one was terrible. I love the eyes.
And then it's just overshadowed with this suit. I think
one, it's amazing.
Let's talk about that real quick, okay? The suit in the... We're going to talk... You know what? I think that's what we should do. We should talk about the suits that both of... well, all three, I guess. So Iron Man, Vulture, and Spider-Man. Not in that order, of course. Spider-Man suit, we first saw this in Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably the best suit that we've ever seen Spider-Man have in like any film adaptation.
It literally looks like it's leaping off of the comic book page.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. It's like I can't believe how they made it. I got the Art of Spider-Man Homecoming book for Christmas. And just looking at the designs and like the up close like of how the suit actually turned out, it's genius and it works so well. This is how I wanted the Spider-Man suit to look for years.
I don't know. I think it looks like something he just managed to sew together at the last minute. It looks a little bit amateur, in my opinion.
Wait, which one are we talking about?
I'm talking about the first one, or I mean, not the first one. The one that is introduced in Civil War completely.
Yeah,
it's more of like it looks just a little different than what you normally see.
Are you talking about his homemade suit, Jeff?
Yeah, I thought.
No, we're talking about the actual suit.
I mean,
this is different. This is different from the last suit that Stark gave him at the end of the movie, right?
No.
I think Jeff, the one we're talking about is the one that you see the majority of the time in Spider-Man: Homecoming, like the normal Spider-Man suit, and the one that you see when Spider-Man comes to fight in Civil War.
Yeah. I think all three suits are pretty good.
Oh, okay. I get where you guys are at. Okay.
Yeah.
I was confusing it because sometimes, because Peter used to use that weird mask at first.
Mm-hmm.
I
like that one.
I think,
which is great. See, I love that suit because it actually looks like he made it. Like it looks like this is my problem because you have this suit which is quote unquote homemade and
homecoming,
homemade. Yep. Nice connection there, Jeff. But it's believable as a homemade suit. I believe that he went to Salvation Army, picked out these clothes, cut them up with scissors, and sewed them back together, and then got some goggles. And he has to know how to make these web shooters. In The Amazing Spider-Man movie with Andrew Garfield, that awful suit that I have never liked the look of, Mark Webb, the director of that movie, said we tried to make a suit that looked like it was homemade that he put together. And besides the element of like the sneakers being like the feet shreds or whatever, there's nothing homemade looking.
And wasn't that his like first and only attempt at making that suit as well?
Is out of the gate first try. How do you do that? I don't understand.
Jeez.
Anyway, I've always been frustrated with that.
Yeah, I like all three suits. I like the homemade one because it's kind of like Scarlet Spider a little bit. And
Yep. It's,
I have seen the concept art that it was supposed to look almost identical as like Scarlet
yeah.
Spider.
They changed it up just enough though.
Yeah, yeah. I think it still has that like Scarlet Spider esque feel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing really more to say about the one that is seen in Civil War mainly, and in most of this movie. And then the Iron Spider suit. I can't wait to see in Infinity War.
Oh, dude.
There are rumors that we will actually see the spider legs.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. That's what it shows in the Lego set as well.
Oh, wait. Does it really?
Yeah. Did you see me post the Lego?
No.
I saw you post it. I just didn't click on
Yeah.
it.
What's the subreddit?
Oh, it's not a subreddit. It's on Discord.
Oh, great. Now I gotta get it.
Yeah, you need to get Discord, and then I'll send you the link to that.
Gotcha.
Or you know what? I could probably just send you the link right now.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. So Vulture. I really like the Vulture's suit. I think it looks. It doesn't look accurate at all, so it's pretty damn good because that suit is by far one of the worst suits in the Marvel universe.
Those big old wings, though, yeah.
Yeah, like they made it so like this looks real.
I am borderline obsessed with the look of the Vulture and just the Vulture as a character in this movie. One of my favorite things ever, just from like a design standpoint, is how to take a really cheesy looking costume from the comics and make it realistic. And a perfect example of how they did that, it was Captain America. Like he just looks like so cheesy in the comics, but the way they made it real. My favorite Captain America suit is the one, the World War II one from Captain America, the first Avenger. It's so awesome. Like that's how you make a suit realistic. And with this one, like with Vulture in the comics, he's got like feathers around his neck. He's literally wearing a like skin tight fluorescent green bird costume, and it looks ridiculous. But in this, they found a way to make it real. I mean, he's got the wingsuit, which looks awesome, by the way. And then the feathers, instead of like actual feathers attached to a suit, it's just like a bomber jacket. And like the look is just awesome. I love stuff like that. Anyway, and the character is awesome.
I would like to say that those wings, like going into this, I thought that the wings were probably going to be like an experimental like Falcon suit or something.
But it was just like a full-on robotic wings.
Yeah, I think that probably would have been cool. Like bring it like further into like the entire cinematic universe.
That was my original idea. Like you could have the Vulture be a guy who was part of that same, squad that what's his name was part of. Forget Falcon's name, but. It could have just been like modified wings. Sam Wilson, that's his name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or Clarence, if you've ever watched 8 Mile.
Yeah.
And then, so we also get a new Iron Man suit, which is just basically the Civil War suit, but with a bunch of silver details. I don't think I really like this suit because I think it looks like underdeveloped.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's definitely based off of one from the comics, though. It's like a special Iron Man. I think it's the Ultimate suit.
Yeah.
Because if you look at
follow the Ultimate series,
Ultimate Armor, maybe I'm wrong here.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see it now. Okay.
It's like a lot of gray going on.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So, yeah, they just sort of like copied the color scheme at least, but like if you didn't have that as a reference, it would have just been a really weird choice. But it's just a reference to that.
Okay, I like it more now.
Yeah, I know. I was like, now that I knew that it was rooted in something. I was like, oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
But
All right, so we've talked about we've talked about the suits. How's the cast?
Wait,
Tom Holland.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, Eric. I have one more comment about the suit. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Um, Actually, my first exposure, I saw Spider-Man: Homecoming pretty late. I saw it a couple of weeks ago. It was the first time I viewed it,
Oh, really?
and so when I
Oh,
watched
yeah,
the Infinity
definitely. That I get this.
when I
Sorry.
watched the Infinity War trailer when it released in late November, that was the first time I saw that new Spider-Man suit. And I was like, whoa, it's so robotic and cool and awesome. So like when I was like, okay, when's it gonna come up in Homecoming? Come on, show it. So I just that's all I had to say.
Well, that's unfortunate. That like I got like genuinely excited because that's a suit that was in the original Civil War comic. Like that's the suit that Iron
Oh
Man
wow.
gives him, basically. But
I
I think that Iron Spider suit looks a hell of a lot better than the actual Iron
Yeah.
Spider costume from the comics.
see. I disagree with you there. I was kind of disappointed by the like the style choice and design choice they went for with the Iron Spider suit in the movie. Like I was a little bit underwhelmed.
Too much
His
gold, right?
Well, I just didn't like the. I thought they should have stuck with the color scheme of the one from the comics. Like
Hmm.
you could have that same layout, but there shouldn't have been any black. Just have like maybe like little accents of black here and there, but the eyes should have been gold, all that stuff. I feel like that would have been better. But I think the minute I loved the suit was the trailer for Infinity War when he lands on that thing and the eyes turn on. I was like, never mind, I love this suit. It looks so cool. But yeah, it's definitely grown on me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I personally do like the suit. I think it looks fine. I
Yeah.
I, I do like the accents. I think it does look more like Spider-Man than Iron Man. Like that I think it's
Yeah.
mainly because in the Civil War comic like he's supposed to be on Iron Man's side, so therefore he should look somewhat like Iron Man. And
Yeah.
in this he's still his own person regardless.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so cast. Tom Holland still good as Spider-Man, of course, but
I think great.
Hmm?
I think he's great as
yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah. Better than Tobey Maguire.
Toby has his own specific uh, charm, I guess,
Yeah,
like in a weird way. But
he's got that baby.
like,
I think Tobey Maguire has more of a baby face than Tom Holland, for some reason.
yeah, no, I know what you mean. I would say he was perfect for the tone of what those movies were supposed to be.
Right.
Um,
A little bit more of an older Spider-Man. Like
yeah,
he graduates in the first movie.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I feel like that, like Tobey Maguire did a great job of like just being kind of a dweeb outside of the suit, but when he was in the suit, he was awesome, which more or less is what Spider-Man is supposed to be. But I don't think he perfected it as much as Tom Holland did.
Right. Jeff.
What? What am I answering? What am I
Do
saying?
you think that Tom Holland is better than Tobey Maguire?
I don't know. I haven't seen the Spider-Man trilogy in a while.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say ever, and I was gonna say
I know.
Jeff.
No, dude, shut up. No.
I was prepared to have a very.
It's been
It's
quite
been
a few
while.
years.
It has been
It's
a
been a
while
while.
as well.
But
I
I will say that I absolutely enjoyed his performance. I think he is a great Spider-Man. I sympathize with him, and it's really cool seeing Tom Holland. I think he does a great job.
right.
Yeah.
And I
He's
think
he's young, but he's not so young that he's annoying.
Right.
Like Jake Lloyd as Anakin. But
Poor guy.
but no, I think that was he expressed the character in a really great manner. A lot of people probably didn't expect him to be a teenager. They probably expected him to be already working for the Bugle. So I think it was really cool to show off Spider-Man this way.
I really
so-
hope they incorporate the Bugle. at
I
some
hope they
point.
do as well. And
And
if they don't get J.K. Simmons, I want Terry Crews to be J. Jonah
Terry
Jameson's Yeah, I think
Oh,
that Terry Crews as J. Jonah Jameson would be amazing.
that would be something else. But
Oh, they
everybody
would
would
be
be
so mad. They would be so mad. It would be so funny.
yeah, they'd be happy if it was what's his face, J.K. Simmons. Um, that that
Isn't he James Gordon in the DC Extended Universe?
Yeah,
yeah, for 2 seconds he was. Yep.
I didn't watch Justice League. How is he?
I haven't either. So
He in the context of the movie, he's in a scene for maybe 15 seconds.
I've
15 or
watched
20.
that scene and it is like, yeah, here goes James Gordon, and then they leave.
Oh,
It's
that
it's
stinks.
I feel like he was just kind of underutilized in the movie, but he looks cool. I mean, he's not a bad James Gordon or anything. I just feel like I need to see more of him.
So real quick, Tom Holland is definitely better than Andrew Garfield. Let's say that real quick. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is basically like the most bumbling idiot that you could ever
It,
imagine.
is that from the Amazing Spider-Man?
Yes,
The
Yeah.
not so amazing Spider-Man.
not so smart Spider-Man.
He's too, like, not commenting on his looks or anything. I mean, but yes, at the same time, he's too, like, Hollister model-y for being a dweeb. Like,
Right.
it just seems like he's trying too hard to be a nerd.
Yeah, like he was given a script.
Yeah, like, here's how to act nerdy.
I think Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland are like they read a script better is what it seems, or perhaps they
Yeah.
were also like that in high school, but Andrew Garfield was not like that in high school.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was other notes about the cast that I have. I like Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Tony Stark and how there was still some character development here in that Iron Man he's kind of being a father. He's like without being a father, he's being like a mental figure or a mentor figure for Peter Parker. And it fascinates me how like you have some elements of him that's like he's maturing. He's becoming a parent. When you see in Age of Ultron and some a little bit in Civil War about his immaturity, about his recklessness and the way he treats the Avengers, it's fascinating seeing him learn to be more caring and respectful. When it comes to dealing with Peter, and I think he's going to be a better person in Infinity War towards his fellow Avengers because of how he's been with Spider-Man.
Right.
Yeah.
Thought that was really cool.
It's over the course of all of these movies, any movie that's had Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, or as Tony Stark rather, it's been one big character arc, like one big, he started off extremely selfish, only in it for the money, playboy, billionaire philanthropist, but every single movie he's become more sympathetic and more human, and especially after the whole event with the Avengers and the PTSD, I feel like that was kind of more of where stuff really started to take a dive and he really started examining himself and stuff. But he has people in his life that he cares about and loves, but not very many. Like there's the other Avengers a little bit, but he cares about Pepper, he cares about Happy, and then this Peter Parker kid comes along, and you can just tell. I mean, at first it was a little more selfish, like I just need you for your abilities and stuff to help me, and this kid is going to be wide-eyed at the prospect of, being an intern for me or whatever. But you can tell he cares about him like a parent and stuff, and I see a lot of maturity going on with Tony Stark in all these movies, but especially in this movie.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of like a big rich kid, you know, and I don't know. I see him growing up a little bit with the responsibility of taking care of somebody else's kid.
Yeah. Another character I liked was I forgot his name. I think he's nicknamed Happy. He's
Happy.
Yeah,
John.
happy.
Yeah, John Favreau reprising his role from the Iron Man movies, right?
I love Happy.
I
Thought that
love
was
John
really cool.
Favreau.
Yeah,
One of
I,
my
lo-
favorite movies.
I love Chef.
I love Chef. Yes, we both love Chef.
We have
Uh,
this for Chef.
I was, I'm sorry. So I was checking it out. Like this came across me like I think a couple days ago that I saw like a picture of John Favreau when he was like younger. He was like
Yeah,
buff as hell,
yeah.
and I was like, what the hell? What
I
happened?
I think he had like a guest part on Friends.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. That was definitely what I saw.
yeah. He was dating what's her face, Phoebe.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Or was it Phoebe or Rachel? I think it was Rachel actually. I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe it was Monica. John Favreau. Yeah, but he does look a lot different there. It was Monica.
Pete Becker.
Yeah, yep, it was Monica.
Okay.
He should have totally lost the mustache. The facial hair wasn't working for him. But
I also appreciate Friday returning. Friday had an interesting role, as Iron Man's little AI helper.
yeah,
Yeah, and then we get Karen, who's played by Paul. I was gonna say Paul Rudd. Paul Bettany's actual wife.
yeah.
Which is a pretty good callback.
What's her name? She's
Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly. Oh my gosh. I think my first major crush was Jennifer Connelly in The Rocketeer.
Ah.
She is extremely attractive.
How about Michael Keaton as the villain in this? You know,
Amazing.
as Vulture.
Incredible. I like the first great villain in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say the same thing.
Just a lot of depth. He's not like he doesn't have this grandiose.
Bad. I'm gonna kill you now.
Yeah, I have a hammer and I'm from space and I'm also bad. Like things like that. It's just like
Yeah, and I would also say that he's probably the second best Spider-Man villain behind Doc Ock in this.
yeah,
Like in cinematic portrayal.
It's
Yeah.
just fascinating that his it's like the reason why he turned bad is indirectly because of the Battle of New York, and because of Tony Stark and his efforts to clean up everything. It was a weird business decision that caused him to go broke and be bankrupt and almost lose his company and have to resort to crime. I thought that was a fascinating angle
Yeah,
that
he
they took.
definitely does have more depth than a lot of villains in the MCU.
Like, it's not just, oh, I'm a bad guy. Like there was a good legitimate reason for him to to find other means to survive.
Right.
Awkward. That was a
Yeah.
good. That was a good 5 seconds of awkward silence, man.
I think I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of the Shocker.
yeah.
I think he should have had a mask. That's
Yeah.
literally it.
Shocker.
And
Yeah.
See,
go ahead.
no, go ahead and finish. Sorry.
I was going to say I do like how they use the gauntlets from Crossbones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a good callback.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, the mask would have been cool, but if it was the mask that we saw in the behind the scenes photos, I'm glad they didn't go with that because I thought that looked really
Wait,
stupid.
Hold up. Shocker.
Uh,
Mask. Homecoming. Because I think
Yeah.
I've seen this. But
it's just kind of bad.
does it kind of look like... Wait, hold up. Is this it? Could this
Hold
be-
on, I'm gonna type in exactly what you typed in to see if I.
It's like the third one. Maybe. Yeah, no, that looks terrible. It should have...
Yeah,
Yeah, never
that
mind, I'm fine
is
with that.
it's terrible. But like the one in the promotion, like the toy art box, the one like a picture back from it, that one looks more interesting. But I don't know. Like a ski mask would have done great. Like, do you see that first picture that comes up?
Yeah, that's from...
That would have been
Is
great.
it from one of the Amazing Spider-Man video games? I think?
Probably.
It looks newer. I think it is.
But
yeah, that looks fine.
that one's great.
Yeah.
But how did you feel about the fact that there were two shockers?
So I'm not the only one that thought the first one was like Tom Hardy, right?
He looks exactly like Tom Hardy.
And I thought
The guy who's Venom and Bane.
Yeah. I really did think it was him.
Wow.
I have everything up.
Hmm.
No, it's Logan Marshall Green.
Yeah, Logan
He
Marshall
looks
Green.
almost as like he looks a lot like Tom Hardy. I didn't know that he was in Prometheus.
Yeah.
Especially when he has that full beard, it looks almost exactly like Tom Hardy.
Right. But you know what? He gets vaporized, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's whatever. Who cares?
It's like there can only be one Tom Hardy in this world. Pretty funny scene though. Michael Keaton though, like so good. there wasn't a scene with Michael Keaton here that I did not like.
Oh, you know what else? I guess I'll bring this up later on when we actually talk about the plot. Ned was a pretty good sidekick.
Yeah.
Wasn't too big on him asking questions about Spider-Man while he was like right near his classmates. Thought that they probably should have heard that. Whatever.
Why are they talking about Spider-Man as if Peter is Spider-Man? Maybe we should look into it.
I think in universe, he's probably actually whispering, but us as the audience have to hear that.
Yeah, it needed to be loud enough for us to understand.
Good. Yeah. Any thoughts about Ned?
I thought Ned was great. I feel like this was either going to go one way or another. People were either going to be annoyed by him or think he was like awkwardly charming. And I
think he is awkwardly charming.
I lean more toward that direction. I thought he was like the kind of like the relatable inside to like the audience and how they can relate to the story. Kind of like how in Doctor Who, the way the audience relates is through the eyes of the companion.
I like Donald Glover being in it, and
yeah, he was great.
The fact
Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, the fact that he's Aaron Davis, who is Miles Morales' uncle. And
that was cool. Yeah.
AKA the Prowler.
Yeah, that is right. That is right. Jake is right for once. I'm playing. All love to Jake. All love to Jake.
I mean, Eric, did you know that Miles Morales is in the new Spider-Man video game coming out this year?
Yes, and he's also in the new Spider-Man show that started.
Wow.
Or last year.
And Sony is making an animated movie about him.
That's incredible.
Which looks so cool.
Fun little fact about Donald Glover. He did play Miles Morales in the Ultimate Spider-Man series for like 2 episodes maybe. But
wow.
He was also like a very big like he was the inspiration for Miles Morales a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I really like that they did bring him in. for that.
Yeah,
That
me
He
too.
is related to Miles Morales, and he like hints at Miles Morales, saying that he has a nephew.
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei. Good
She's
for
great.
her. Yeah. We need a younger Aunt May.
Yep.
I know it was a little controversial because Aunt May has traditionally been shown as a grandmother-like figure, but I liked this portrayal. I thought that was a good portrayal of Aunt May.
Yeah, I think you're right. She's like way too like grandmotherly in other portrayals.
I thought her in the Sam Raimi ones was perfect as long as you're going based on the comics, but
Right.
like in real life, Aunt May would not be that old if Peter Parker was that old.
The best part was spoiler alert at the end when I'll just spoil it to you, Eric. I'm sorry. That that he puts on the suit in his room and Aunt May sees it.
Oh, no way.
And, and she's just like, "What the?" End of movie.
Yep.
Which was great.
That was you're gonna love it, Eric. You gotta watch the rest of the movie, man.
Honestly,
Wait, you haven't seen the whole thing?
No, I've watched the whole movie.
No.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't.
No, I didn't even watch the whole thing today.
Oh, Eric.
No, I watched the whole movie. This is why this is my favorite Marvel movie of last year. I don't know how I feel about that because I would always I like Aunt May not knowing.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
All good. Zendaya as Michelle.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah, she's cocky.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
All right, good night, guys.
Oh, Eric.
Oh, what about Flash Thompson?
Oh boy.
How did you feel about that?
I'm not a fan of that Flash Thompson.
Why?
Only because he's a nerd, basically. Like he's also like really smart. I think they really should have just brought him on as.
Yeah, I mean, he's a smart ass, dude. I like that. He's smart yet annoying.
I thought it could have been very annoying, but I didn't mind it.
I don't mind it as much now, knowing for like I didn't like it going in, no, like thinking that he was going to be like a cyber bully or something, because that's what they said.
Yeah.
What I like that element that they really showed off the school part. That it's really cool seeing the Spider-Man and the school version of Peter Parker.
I was hoping that they were going to do this in the new Insomniac Games Spider-Man, that they would bring in like younger Spider-Man and
oh God, Persona 5 meets Spider-Man.
I don't understand.
Sorry, Persona 5 is a Japanese role-playing game that is about. Okay.
I don't know what you do in it.
You go to school, and then as a side job, you get to battle demons and bad guys.
Well, that sounds
like
way cool.
you're like a superhero. It's like your persona as a superhero.
Or your persona.
Oh my God. You're
wow.
I'm sorry.
The Backyard Watch podcast, aka Jeffrey and his furry friends.
Jake, I don't know why you're laughing. You're in that too.
I know.
You're laughing, Eric. Come on, man.
I am laughing.
No, but it would be cool. But what I'm trying to say, Eric, is that it's like trying to be like Peter Parker going through school and then his night job is being Spider-Man. Is that what you were kind of referring to with the game?
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that, honestly, like kind of like Bully or something. You ever watch Bully or you ever play Bully?
Oh, the video game.
Yes. I'll be right.
I've heard of it.
I've never played it. I've heard interesting things about it. You still there, Jake?
Yeah.
Have you ever played it, Eric or Jake? I'm gonna get you guys mixed up. You're all the same.
Played what?
The video game Bully.
Oh no, I mean I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
That's not really my kind of game.
Yeah, it
But
didn't seem like my type, but I heard it's fun.
so
I've watched gameplay of Bully. Sorry, I had to figure out something.
it's fine. It's fine.
Where were we? Oh, okay. So you want to talk about the plot real quick?
We can talk about it for a whole hour if you want.
Let's just get a like really basic plot. Hey, Jeff, what do you think the plot's about?
Why you gotta lay that on me right now, man?
Last week too.
Come on, man.
I love that question. What do you think it's about?
What do you think it's about?
What do I think it's about? I think it is a school kid who wants to be the big man on campus, who wants to be very popular, get all the ladies, but he can't because he has a morality and he wants to fight crime as a web slinging guy in a suit. So he has to juggle his life responsibilities and his superhero responsibilities, and it's a big pain in the butt. And now Spider-Man's an Avenger. Yay!
Well, he's on the maybe list.
Oh.
That's basically the plot. And then you also have Adrian
Well-
Toomes, aka Vulture, being like, I'm gonna show you Spider-Man.
Well, I think
Real
the
meaning of life.
about him being in the Avengers, I think it's confirmed via he is seen in the trailer for
Yeah,
Avengers
but
Infinity War.
he's-
helping out.
yeah, well, I would say that he's like a temporary like I don't know. Like I don't know. He's not a full Avenger. Is what
I'm wonder. I've just thought about this about the character of Peter Parker. In Captain America: Civil War, he seemed like a naive kid. He's like, "Ooh, look at all these superheroes! Oh man! Oh, I'll help you out, Mr. Stark."
And then now he's just like whatever.
It's so different now. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Like, well, he's whatever, but he's also like, ooh, I'm gonna really show them how I can do it. Like,
I'm so cool. I'm Spider-Man.
I do think that this is like the perfect. Like, this is probably the perfect way that they have like introduced him, because he is a kid and he's like, ooh, like I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt so bad that his love interest in the movie, it didn't work out. That really, man, that made me sad.
See, I thought it was realistic though, in the sense that that's what that would happen. Like I felt like it would have been way too cliche and done a million times, and we've seen it a million times before. If there was a magical way that everything worked out, and I don't know. I thought it was great.
So I'm also really happy that they didn't kill off the Vulture,
Yes.
and I'm also
Oh, yeah,
really
he's-
happy that
Yeah.
they're like setting it up that he's probably going to get like more people with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fascinated that they even got like a Mary Jane reference in there. It's like an MJ, but it's not Mary Jane.
Right.
I thought
not
that
quite
was
there.
interesting. What do you think about that, Jake?
I like it. It's like kind of a left up to interpretation type thing, It's like, is it Mary Jane, or is it just like a character that's supposed to take her place that's just named MJ? I thought it was creative. And nobody could really get mad
Right.
about it because they're like,
Re-
oh, no,
re-
they changed her race.
Redirecting back towards the plot, I was fascinated that, it looked like let's look at the academic decathlon team that Peter Parker participated in at his school.
Right.
So you had the impression, before the main event when they were doing practice for it, that Peter Parker was pivotal to their success. That he was the intelligent one, and they relied on him a lot. I thought it was. I feel like they could have showed more about how at the actual decathlon event that they still won without Peter. So I think they should have shown that dynamic more. That Peter wasn't needed. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Do you have any more thoughts about that?
I don't.
Ooh, sorry, I'm kind of bouncing around here. I just remember another cool thing that I like the plot twist that occurred with I think her name is Liz with her father. When the way they do it, when Peter goes to her house, and yeah, Eric.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I also do like that twist. I wasn't looking towards
It
at all.
it surprises me every time.
Yeah.
I know it's coming, and I'm still like, wow, that's a good twist.
They did a
because
yeah.
I had heard beforehand that that the twist was that he was MJ's father.
Yeah.
Or Michelle's father.
Right.
Sources are trying to confuse you, Eric.
Yeah,
Trying to give you
I
mixed
liked
signals.
I did like it. It was very like, whoa, wait a minute, wait.
That's what you get when you be like Sage and just look up spoilers all the time. Come on, Eric.
Before that comicbook.com was like, oh, this is who this person really is, and then it was like
Clickbait.
Yeah, it was an excerpt from the novelization.
Yeah.
So there's two big things that I really don't like, and the one thing that I really don't like is the continuity, which it's just thrown out the window because it's like, oh, 8 years later.
Here's you like, wouldn't it be very easy to just look back and go, no, this is actually what was it, 6 years or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's supposed to take place. No, 4 years. It's 4 years because I think it's supposed to take place in the summer of 2060.
Wow. See,
That's interesting in that you see that the plane just carrying weapons from the Avengers Tower to the new headquarters that we saw in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Like
I just think maybe Marvel needs a story group like Lucasfilm has.
There's a lot of like continuity,
like it shocked me when I found out that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was like 4 years before Infinity War. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they did like say it beforehand that it's gonna take place like almost immediately afterwards, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't put as much attention to dates with this as I do with Star Wars. Because I'm sure everyone should know that Solo and Rogue One take place before the original trilogy of Star Wars.
Right.
No, obviously not everyone, but. Is your family yelling, Eric?
Yeah, they are yelling for some reason. I don't know why. What was I saying? I don't remember what else I didn't like because I really did like the movie. Somebody start talking so that it overshadows them.
You were talking just fine, Eric.
I don't remember what I thought of that I also didn't like. I think that's really the only issue that I liked.
Anything I didn't like was kind of nitpicky. Like, when I like a movie, I will go see it multiple times, and usually I will find stuff I like in it every time that I didn't notice before. And, I'll find stuff that I didn't like in it too. But I felt like with this and with Thor Ragnarok, I know we're not talking about Thor Ragnarok, but just as far as good Marvel movies go, if there's always stuff that enhances your experience every time, it's pretty safe to say it's probably a pretty good movie.
It makes me very hyped to see Spider-Man in Infinity War.
Yeah.
It's going to be so cool.
I have the feeling that he is going to die in it.
Oh, no. Oh.
No.
To Thanos.
I definitely, even...
He's probably going to come back, though. They're probably going to...
He might die, but they've got the time gem, so...
That would be really interesting. Well, because you're talking about Spider-Man? They can't kill him. We have a sequel to.
But
wait.
There is
dude.
time gem and stuff like that. That you forget
Because rumors are saying that the sequel will take place for Peter Parker's like junior year of high school, so that would
Yeah.
mean it would be like a couple years before Infinity War, right?
Well,
Huh?
I
he's
thought I heard.
contracted.
Infinity War definitely does take place in 2018.
He's
They already
contracted
came
for
out.
6 movies.
No, but I am wondering if the sequel to Spider-Man: Homecoming, I thought it would take place during Peter Parker's next school year after the first film. So
Oh
this
yeah,
would not be after Infinity War, right?
possibly.
Yeah, I don't think it would be the next one. I think it'll
If
be the
yeah,
aftermath of Infinity War, honestly.
interesting.
Yeah, because okay, you know what? Actually, no, because Infinity War most likely takes place at the end of 2017.
Because it says here the idea was each film would cover a new school year. The
Uh,
first sequel would intend to follow his junior year.
I don't know, but okay. So real quick, I did just make a mistake because Thor Ragnarok is like definitely comes like a couple of minutes before Infinity War. And
A couple of minutes.
Yeah,
Right,
Thor
right before
Ragnarok takes place in like on the day that it came out.
Yeah,
right before Thor goes to get the Guardians.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like a lot of these movies are kind of lined up time wise with when they came out in real life,
Yeah.
but
Not
some of
Marvel.
them,
Well,
yeah, some of them,
actually, yeah. This one takes place in September of uh, 2016. So
yeah,
and then Doctor Strange takes place in 2017, I believe.
yeah, I think so.
But it
Either
came out
16.
in November of 2016. Yeah, it's very weird. They need to like come up with like a timeline.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
You just got me confused, Eric.
Okay, so it goes.
Oh boy.
Okay, so it goes Civil War, then Spider-Man, then Doctor Strange, then Thor, I believe.
okay.
That might be wrong. Hold on, I'm on the MCU wiki right now. Let's check this out. Okay. Doctor Strange. Let's see, like whenever somebody dies. Okay, yeah. Doctor Strange takes place in March of 2017.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Hold on. Let's check this out. Go. I'm trying to figure out when Guardians of the Galaxy came out. When it takes place. Okay, October of 2014 is when Guardians Volume 2 takes place.
Gotcha.
Uh, yeah, I don't have any complaints with this movie, and it's pretty damn straightforward. You know what is a big complaint? Um, so I didn't watch the like third and fourth trailer,
Uh-huh.
and I was surprised by like a lot of the stuff that happens in this movie, and I'm I'm pretty like mad that Sony like still hasn't learned from like their past mistakes of showing a lot of the stuff in the trailer.
Yeah.
I just remembered my other gripe with this movie, and it was Flash Thompson, because I think that he should have been like an athletic.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I always liked that dynamic.
More of a jock.
Yeah. Yep. And I remember. I also talked about that earlier, so that's why I kind of forgot about it. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, this movie's full of hype, man.
Oh, it's so good. Like,
So
yeah.
what were your guys' favorite things about the movie? We were kind of talking about least favorite for a little bit. Now, what are your favorite?
I think my favorite thing, my favorite things about this movie, were, you know, basic like design stuff. Like everything looked great. The suits, the costumes, the weapons, everything looked awesome. I liked a storyline that wasn't that didn't entail like somebody taking over the world or like a big beam on top of a building going up into the sky, like every movie is. I
The Flash
really,
TV show.
or the Avengers, or anything really. Transformers, I'm
You,
sure.
you know, I'm gonna bet they're gonna do that with Solo, and just have a beam go up to the sky.
I hope not.
Everyone's gonna be like, "That's cliche, man."
Did you make a sound effect when you did that as well? Did you
What?
whistle when you said that, Jeff?
That may have been my chair. My chair's been making
Okay.
noise all day.
I
My
thought
chair
I
might
heard,
have
like a whistle, like.
my chair might have gotten some sound effects in there, but I think I did whistle too. Yeah,
Um,
like that.
Like
I like.
like that thing like that Willy Wonka has, like the whistle that like he pulls and then it makes the noise.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what that's
Um,
called.
So yeah, I liked those things. I liked all the characters. Um, I loved the villain, and I loved. I just loved the execution of it. I've heard a lot of different complaining about like how maybe his suit was a little too high tech. How the functioning of it was way more Iron Man-ish than it should have been. But I thought all that stuff worked great, and I have very few, if any, complaints.
Yeah.
Eric, what are your favorite things about Spider-Man: Homecoming?
I honestly do like the school dynamic that he has. Like,
Yeah,
I do like seeing that, and I really wish that the new Spider-Man game would show us that, and I would like to play like as Peter Parker, like just Peter
I
Parker.
I think the game will be like Arkham City, where you get a little snippet of playing as Bruce Wayne,
Yeah,
and
like
then you
that's what
become
it
the
does seem
superhero.
like. Like he does like take off his mask at least one point because I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair, that is like a realistic standpoint. Like he wouldn't be Spider-Man for the whole like 20 hours that you're playing the game, perhaps.
yeah.
I don't know. That would be very interesting. Um, do you have anything else for your favorites before I say mine?
Um, no, suit's really good. I do like I do like that this is like his first like villain. Like this is like his first like actual super villain that he has to face. Like I
Yeah.
think that Vulture is pretty good as first. Um, I don't know. Yeah. I also like Michael Keaton in general in this movie. I think he's a really good villain. I really hope that he comes back perhaps for a sequel or a Sinister Six movie.
My
I
favorite. Oh, sorry, Jack.
No, go ahead. I wasn't gonna
My
say
favorite
anything.
things about Spider-Man: Homecoming was the school dynamics, as Eric recently mentioned,
Mhm.
about how we see Peter Parker from a new side, from his adolescent, growing up, high school thingamajig. No, that was some good stuff there. I like. There was a cool scene where Spider-Man I think he like blew something up nearby, and you get annoyed citizens in nearby apartments like, what is all the ruckus? And you have Stan Lee coming out there. He's just like, what are you doing? I loved Stan Lee's cameo during the movie. I also liked Tony Stark. Just you had some character development after we had 3 Iron Man movies, 2 Avengers movies, and a Civil War.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Uh-oh. I really thought that was my Skype that might have just crashed or something, and I'm really happy that it's not. Jeff will be back in a second, probably. So,
Probably.
Oh,
Not as
okay.
much. Not as
Oh.
much as say the video game
Oh wow.
that comes out this year.
Don't
Right,
don't
Eric?
tell him what happened. Don't tell. Just don't tell him.
Right.
But yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what I have to contribute.
Okay.
You guys still there? Did my internet crash? I don't know.
It
Wait.
seemed like it did a little bit, but you're fine now.
Can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us.
I don't know, Jeff. Can you hear us?
Crap. What are you doing, computer?
He definitely.
This is now the Jake and Eric show.
Yeah.
Um.
Welcome to Jake and Eric's take.
Oh. I really can't get over the fact like how good Michael Keaton looks in this movie.
Oh, he's so great.
I think.
'Cause, like,
that, yeah.
In the comics, he's like this crotchety old man, and Michael Keaton isn't like as extreme or as extremely old as he is in the comics, but like he fits the bill perfectly.
I love how this is the third time that Michael Keaton has like played a like flying related character.
Yeah.
First being Batman, second being
Batman.
Birdman, and then third being Vulture.
Now he's just evil Birdman.
Yeah, that's the basic progression of his life. I'm really wondering who they'll bring in for the next villain.
I don't know. There's
I'm
this whole
hoping-
setup with.
What? With Scorpion? Is that what you're?
Well, yeah, I wasn't gonna talk about that though. What were you gonna say?
No, I was going to say I'm hoping that it's going to be Green Goblin.
Yes.
I'm
I-
hoping that it's not as bad as, like, let's say, the second Green Goblin, which is just the
Green
guy-
Goblin.
Yeah.
Here. Yay, Jeff. Okay,
Yeah.
so here's my idea.
Oh.
You may. I talked about this on.
Yeah, I think you have talked about this with me before. If
On the Intergalactic Peace Coalition, I think. I forget. But like my idea is, okay, you're introducing the Skrulls, right? Well, the Skrulls
yes.
look so much like Green Goblin looks, and what better way to incorporate Green Goblin than to have the next company to take over the Avengers Tower, because it's for sale now, is Oscorp, and they deal with like genetic stuff. And Norman Osborn tries to reverse engineer Skrull DNA to take the shape-shifting capabilities out of it. And he tests himself because he's a crazy person.
Yeah.
And instead of
like a madman, he would do that.
like a madman, instead of staying human and having the shape-shifting capabilities, it just turns him into a Skrull, and he calls himself the Green Goblin.
Well, you've seen like clips from Ultimate Spider-Man, right?
Probably.
Just look up Green Goblin Ultimate Spider-Man, and he does look a lot like a Skrull in hindsight.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
But like he could use like the purple armor and stuff, and it would look just like Green Goblin, and it would just be the perfect way to incorporate Green Goblin without having it be some stupid like rubber mask.
Oh, but the rubber mask is so funny, and it'd be
No,
hilarious.
it is, but like, how do you make that realistic?
You know what? Originally when I heard you say this before, I didn't really agree with it, but the more I think about it, the more, first off, I think they're going to do it, and second off, the more that I like the idea, and I think it'd be fun.
It just like it works. Like I don't know it. Man, I'm looking at a picture right now, and it would blend the two. You have the aesthetic of like the classic Green Goblin, but you have the maybe it's in the
I
ultimate
think
version.
You should draw
It's
this honestly and be like, "Hey, Marvel."
I know, yeah. Yeah, I would love that. But like, imagine, basically it would be the skin of the Green Goblin, like the skin of the Skrull, basically with that armor and stuff. But it would just kind of adapt to whatever his frame is. And if you get kind of like a thinner, skinnier guy to play him, it would work so well. But
I forget.
like you got the pointy ears, you've got the green skin. I don't. Oh man, I love it the more I think about it.
Who did we say should be Green Goblin? Because I know that we've talked about this in the Channel 1138 group chat.
I've always liked the idea of Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, yeah, I'd be okay
Mark
with that.
Hamill.
Mark Hamill. But no, he needs to be the Hobgoblin, like he was in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah, I love the Hobgoblin.
I think that's the second or third time that we've mentioned him being the Hobgoblin in 2018.
Yeah.
We'll mention him many more times,
Many
Eric.
more times, many more.
Oh wait, you know who else would be good? Who plays? Oh, Michael Fassbender. I wouldn't mind him as the Green Goblin.
Ooh.
Like I know he's in the X-Men and stuff, but that's all merging and they got to recast. So
That'd be a
I don't
good
know. I
pick.
just feel like his smile, if you made him look meaner, would be a perfect Green Goblin smile. But
So, do we have anything more to say about our favorite things or our impressions or stuff about the plot?
No.
I mean, like I said, when Tobey Maguire starts dancing, that's when it kind of goes downhill for me.
Yeah, that's the weirdest part of Spider-Man.
Ooh. What do you guys think of the Captain America cameo?
I love it.
Oh, it probably one of the best end credit scenes.
Oh my god, dude. I can
What does
just
he say? It's
imagine.
like, one thing we all have to learn is disappointment.
I can imagine people in the theaters being like, "What? What?"
Yep. But I loved it. I thought it was really creative. If you don't think about it too hard, I think it's perfect. But if you think about the fact that he's an enemy of the state and a fugitive and a war criminal in the eyes of the government anyway,
that's
I
right.
don't. I just don't think that would be allowed in school.
I remembered another person that I loved in this movie, and it's Hannibal Buress as their gym
Yeah.
teacher.
Gym
But
teacher.
I don't think that he's in it enough. I think he should have been in it more, and I love Hannibal Buress. He's probably one of my favorite comedians right now, and I have him as the lock screen for both my phone and my iPad. So it's
You must love
amazing.
him a lot.
I do love him. I was going to go see him in
Yeah.
concert, but then I found out that it was actually it was a Nas concert, and I'm not a fan of Nas. Yeah, so I was like, nah. So somebody pointed this out on the Marvel Studios subreddit that Spider-Man: Homecoming is the Marvel movie with the least amount of kills. That being the first Shocker.
Shocker!
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! Shocker!
What a shocker.
What a shocker.
The one of the main villains in Homecoming. Shocker. That's a good one, Eric.
I do like no, well, that's not wrong. I do like the second Shocker better. I think he's like more like level-headed. Herman Schultz is the name of the character, played by Bokeem
Woodbine.
Yep.
Yeah. And the first time I ever saw Bokeem Woodbine was actually in Fargo season 2, and he was great in that. So I was very excited to see him in that.
Wait a minute, this is a little. I'm looking up Bokeem Woodbine right now. So fun little fact: he was in the music video for "Protect Your Neck" by Wu-Tang Clan. That was played during the Defenders. And fun little fact: they referenced Spider-Man in that song.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
It all connects.
it all connects. That is really
Wait,
funny.
it's all connected. That was a
That's cool.
tagline for Agents of Shield.
Yeah, I think this is a good case for the Wu-Tang Clan Spider-Man shared universe.
Yeah, I do find it weird that they did play that song in Defenders. I really want to go off on this tangent a little bit, because they mentioned Spider-Man. They say swinging through your hood like a neighborhood Spider-Man or something like that, and it's funny because that part is in the Defenders, which is in the
Yeah.
Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that song was made in the 90s. So it's a little bit of a inconsistency.
So let's get to our sequel predictions.
Oh. We got a
Spider-Man:
little bit into
Homecoming 2.
Yes.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I want
Bold-
Tobey
bold-
Maguire as Uncle Ben. That's what I want. Because I know that Tom Holland really wants it. And I think if they make him look old enough, he could really fit into the role.
But see, if they do that, they have to bring J. Jonah back. Like,
Oh.
I like if you're gonna go that far. But I don't mind the idea. Yeah. Okay. All right. Keep going. I didn't know if you were done.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm done.
Yeah. My sequel.
Sorry,
go
buddy.
ahead, go ahead,
I'll say
go
something
ahead.
real quick. I want Peter to have a actual love interest. That'd be cool if we had a Spider Girl.
It's gonna be Michelle. It's going to be
Oh.
Michelle. That's,
MJ?
Yeah, MJ.
MJ.
That would be cool.
Oh man, we need more MJ,
I
man.
don't understand why people didn't like her. It's probably because Zendaya isn't a very well-known actress.
Yeah.
Because she mainly does Disney stuff, Disney
Yeah.
stuff.
I thought she looked familiar.
Yeah.
But what?
She was on
don't-
Shake It Up.
Yep. Check it up. And
I still see ads for it sometimes. I don't watch Disney Channel very much anymore. But
yeah, I don't either. My little
but
brother-
I've seen I've seen her
Did
before.
you guys know that Raven Simone is doing a sequel to That's So
Yep.
Raven? I didn't know that
Yep.
until
I heard about that.
until
What is it
2
called?
months ago.
That's
That was Raven. No, it's I don't remember honestly. It's something Raven. But she's
Yeah.
not really the main character. One of her children are.
Interesting. It's kind of like a Fuller House situation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Not a fan of that show. Not a fan
But,
of Full House.
I was at Best Buy earlier looking at all the Blu-ray sets, and I saw Fuller House on Blu-ray. I almost picked it up.
I've never actually seen the first, so
Full House?
I've never seen Full House. No.
Yeah. You know,
Wow.
it's
Not even when it was on syndication.
Nope. No.
Wow. I watched it a lot as a little kid when they
Do you
aired
know what channel I
reruns.
got when I was a kid? I got PBS, and that was it.
Nice.
Only
For
Full
10
House that I remember is the episode when they go to Disneyland. That's about it.
So, Jake, did you say your predictions?
I mean, I predict we are gonna get possibly, Spider-Girl, Michelle Spider-Girl, in kind of like a Ant-Man and the Wasp type fashion. Because that would be a cool name, like Spider-Man and Spider-Girl or something. Like, I mean, maybe
Spiders. The Spider Peoples.
the Spider guys.
The Spider
And
guys.
by guys, I mean guy and girl.
Okay.
That could be the full title.
Spider-Man?
The Spider-Man and woman.
Human.
The spider male and female.
Spider
I
people.
really hope we get at least 2 new suits, because that's the cool thing. I mean, the cool thing about Iron Man is every movie he has a different suit, and Spider-Man is known for having a ton of different kinds of suits. And when you have the funding of Tony Stark, you can have as many spider suits as you want. So I am looking forward to a bunch of different variations and cool takes on ones that people are familiar with, like the stealth suit, or the armor suit, which is basically the Iron Spider, but totally gray. You could have the I'm just trying to think of all the different suits. Scarlet Spider was kind of already done. I don't know. There's just so much you could do, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Maybe
And it's great.
Venom.
Venom, yeah.
I still think that first off, the Venom movie is in the MCU continuity, and
It is not.
Yeah.
It is in Sony's Marvel universe. It is separate from the MCU,
That's bullcrap.
which is really weird.
How do you explain the look of Venom then?
That's a really good question because that is literally why he looks like that.
It's because of Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I hope that Infinity War maybe introduces Venom, like the black suit, like goes on to Peter. Like that's
Yeah.
what I've thought for like a while now, and I think I like read an article recently of somebody speculating that as well.
Yeah. It's just like such a big part of the Spider-Man lore is that black suit.
Right.
It'd be
It's the first time that Spider-Man changed the suit.
Do you guys think Joey in the Mixler chat is asking? Do you think we'll get a Miles Morales in the future?
I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah.
Yeah, I would say yeah as well. I would think that maybe a couple years down the line they'll switch Peter Parker for Miles Morales, kill them all.
They're planting the seeds.
Yeah.
Anything else about the future Spider-Man? I mean, we're in a good. It's Spider-Man's back, baby. We're in a good spot.
Hashtag Spider-Man is back. Star Wars is back. Everything is back.
Marvel's back. DC's kind
back.
of. DC is sort of back.
We got to say that with every release because like now that they're coming out with like 6 movies a year, we got to be like Marvel is back,
baby, and then
baby.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm watching a basketball game right now. It's so intense right now.
Back.
And it's in the last seconds right now, and it's so crazy. Anywho, so before we get to my favorite segment of the show, if we have nothing more to say about the movie at the moment, let's tell you a little bit more about what we are. This is the Backyard Watch podcast. We air every single Monday night. We air a live broadcast of this show at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on channel 1138. You can find that at channel1138.com. Or go to our Mixler, that is spelled Mixlr. So that's you can catch all our live broadcasts there. It's super fun. Let's see, and Eric, what's our social medias and where we archive our stuff?
Wait. Why are we doing this right now?
We're doing it to
what happened to the hype factor?
I'll tell you later. We'll do that in a moment. We'll do that after this.
There is no hype.
No, there is. It's coming.
Facebook,
it's coming.
Facebook, it is Backyard Watch. The Instagram and Twitter is BYW Pod. I get it now, by the way. And I'm changing the archive schedule to Saturdays because I always forget to do it Thursdays, and usually Saturday or Friday when I get home, it's more like, oh, okay, I can do this, and then it'll be ready for Saturday. So that'll change. That'll be there.
Right. This episode will be there. If you missed a segment or you want to listen to more of our jolly voices, you go to channel 1138 YouTube. So let's get to our favorite segment of the show. Always gets you pumped up. If this doesn't get you pumped up, I don't know what will. It's the greatest time of the week on the best day of the week, which is every Monday night. I love it so much. It is the hype factor. Hype! Let's get hype, y'all. Let's get hype.
I'm not hyped.
You look so hyped
I won't stand for this. I'm not hyped.
Yeah, you're the one hating on the DC movies, man. Come on. So let's go to our special guest who actually has to take off pretty soon, Mr. Jake Damon. Before you do your promo, before you go, what are you most excited about? What are you most hyped about?
For this coming week?
How so? Or no, just anything in the future, like near future, far future, whatever's on your mind.
Man. Okay, so I'm just thinking. I don't want to repeat what I said last week. Oh, man. Oh, right now, we were talking about the Switch earlier, the Nintendo Switch. My hype factor right now every day has just been playing that game. And part of me wants to play so I can, get to the end of the story and beat Calamity Ganon and get it all over with. But at the same time, I want to savor it. And judging on how the game has been played so far by me, there's, I'm going to be able to savor this for a long, long time. And I hope it lasts a long time. And anytime I get some downtime and I'm not doing art for clients or anything,
Yeah.
or working my day job, I am playing that game and it is so much fun.
I always, yeah, I agree. When I originally played The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, big open world RPG, it took me about a year and a half to beat the game and do everything because I took my time with it. I recently beat Horizon Zero Dawn. That took me 6 months, because I'm taking my time. I'm playing other games as well, but I'm taking my time with it. I plan to do the same with Breath of the Wild whenever I get it.
There's a lot. When you play Breath of the Wild, I think there's going to be a lot in that game that reminds you of Horizon Zero Dawn.
So it looks like you gotta get going somewhere. You gotta take off, Mr. Damon.
Yeah.
So where can we hear you, find you? I know you sometimes do some guest appearances across Channel 1138, across our shows.
Yeah.
But there's also your Instagram, correct?
Right. Yeah. If you want to find me on, Twitter is just at Jake Damon. I got my name finally. That was spectacular. I'm still working on the Instagram, but right now it's at Jake W Damon. I post a lot of artwork there. Getting a bunch of followers, trying to make my dream of working full time from home doing artwork a reality, and I'm getting there a little bit at a time. So come on and follow me over at Jake W Damon and get me to do some artwork for you, or just see what I post.
Yeah, fun little fact. Jake made the logo for the Backyard Watch.
I did, yeah. That was a while
That
ago.
was a real long one. I mean, almost a year. Not really that long in hindsight, but pretty
Well,
long.
if you guys
8 months.
if you guys need an update or a redesign or anything, let me know, and I will do that for you free of charge.
You're so generous, dude.
We will pay you back in nickels.
I invite you to stick around and listen to our Eric and I's Hype Factor. But if you gotta go, go ahead. It was nice to have you on the show.
Yeah, I got to get going. Thank you so much for having me on, though. I will be on anytime I can. Just let me know. I love being on. I love talking all this stuff with you guys. It's always a pleasure, and you guys have a great night.
Nice.
You too, Jake. Good night. Thank you for being here.
Yep.
Eric Wall Jr., what is your hype factor?
Not really. Okay, so I'm not really that hype about anything. I'm actually.
Well, come on, dude.
Down lately.
I'm sorry.
The only thing that's really making me hype right now is the Battlefront update. I really hope that it fixes a lot of the game. It won't, but it'll probably.
I haven't.
Fix a lot of issues.
I haven't played Battlefront 2 in a while. We got to get back into playing it, dude.
Yeah. I was playing it the other day, and it's just ridiculous sometimes. But
how about this,
better
Eric?
Than it was.
Oh yeah. How about this Saturday? You want to play? Want to play Battlefront 2?
Yep.
Okay.
Go for that.
My hype factor. Pretty hyped about Infinity War. We're talking about Spider-Man. Thinking how Spider-Man will be in Infinity War. See him in the trailers. Seeing Spidey everywhere. It's a great time to be alive for Spider-Man. But my main thing, I want to make a promise here. Eric, can we both get the video game A Way Out when it comes out in March 23rd?
Yeah.
Can we devote?
I can get that.
I will promise that both Eric and I will get it. We will play it together. Who knows? Maybe we'll use that channel 1138 Twitch page that hasn't been used yet.
And then we can take the files from Twitch and then maybe put it on
YouTube.
Yeah, put it on YouTube for
add some more
channel 1138
content. Actually, for Ooh.
In fact, one of us, what we could do? One of us could live stream it to Twitch, and then one of us could live stream it to YouTube.
That would be.
Because it would just go right into the archive for YouTube. You would have to set it to nobody can see it if you didn't want it to like be on your YouTube archive.
That would be. I'm not sure I have the equipment for it.
I mean, well, you're fine. You got
I got a webcam on my
yeah,
computer.
well, no, you don't need the webcam exactly. You just need a mic. You'll be fine. Yeah, I think
Or-
you could just plug in the Yeti.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Or we could also just like broadcast it to Mixler as well. That would be cool.
Oh, that's also true.
Yeah, for those of you listening live on Mixler, there's some cool Channel 138 stuff coming up. You know, the SWU and IPC have been back. They're on every Thursday. SWU's on every Thursday night. IPC's every Friday night. They're talking about the SWU's talking about the latest Star Wars news. IPC talking about a whole bunch of geeky stuff. A lot of cool, jolly vibes all around. They're great people. And also,
Fraternity, back.
yeah, that's back 2 nights, I believe. Phantom Fraternity is back on air after a short hiatus. The last time Phantom Fraternity was on was when it was a crossover with Star Wars Wastelands. That was in December,
Yeah.
where we rated Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and where McMahon infamously gave it a 8.7, much to Sage's chagrin. But Phantom Fraternity is back tonight. Or this would be, I mean, for those of you listening on the archive, it'll just be on every Monday night. And I believe it's at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on channel 1138 Mixler. So stay tuned for that. I hope to join them. I hope Eric and I will be on the E equals MC squared table for Fandom Fraternity.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Always a jolly time. Right, Eric?
Right.
And then also another announcement that I think it was announced today, actually. Star Wars Wastelands has been on hiatus for a while. It will be back live on channel 1138 Wednesday, January 24th. So it'll be back not this Wednesday, but a week from it, for those of you listening live on Mixler. So yeah, January 24th, Phantom Fraternity will be back on air. This Saturday, we'll be posting an episode of the Backyard Watch podcast on the channel 1138 YouTube. It's going to be a crazy rest of January for the channel, and I'm very excited by all the cool things we are doing and what we're going to do in the future in the crazy month of May. It's incredible. I love this channel. I love being able to host this with my buddy Eric. And yeah, take us out, Eric. Stay hype.
Okay. Yeah. Good night, everyone. Good night. If you're watching this during the day, then yeah, you're wrong. So
No,
good night, everyone. Except for that one person that's probably watching like in
Eric,
your
Eric.
time zone. Yeah, okay. We're here, and next week probably a new thing. We'll probably be talking about. Yes, not Spider-Man: Homecoming, not again. Nope. Never again. Maybe again.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.